into today's Capcom showcase. We're excited to bring you the latest info on
Just made it. Holy
Rise
shit.
Sunbreak, which will finally be released at the end of this month. To kick things
We're here,
off,
everybody.
We've got a brand new trailer to show you. Let's take a look.
There we go.
Wow, I was pushing it, bro. Which one was this? Monster Hunter what?
I think it was Rise. You sent me the link right when the title popped up.
Right.
They said they have a few surprises. I don't know if you got to hear that. But,
Oh, really?
so,
Nice.
yeah. Whether that's DLC or not, I don't know.
Could be.
I know their pre-show was like laggy, so I don't know if it's still laggy on the mainstream. So if that's what you're seeing, it's just their end.
Right now, it's not laggy.
Okay.
You look like you still got that fire inside you, old galleus.
You do as well, good elder. What do you say? Full steam ahead.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in, guys. Woo! Thanks, Dusty. I ran into the house, guys. I sat down. I had to make a couple things real quick to I sat down at 5 o'clock. I'm just shocked I was able to get it on so fast, but we're here.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak.
Right on. Is that an expansion for the Switch game?
I'm not a Monster Hunter person, so
Right.
you're asking the wrong person.
The lore master doesn't know. Surprising.
Yeah, it's a massive expansion, so it's a
First, let me
DLC, I
introduce
guess.
Right on.
returning locale. The jungle area that debuted in the second generation of Monster Hunter games is back in Sunbreak. You'll notice that the jungle's appearance changes over time. It's a nostalgic area that both veteran hunters and new players are sure to enjoy. And of course, we've updated the jungle with new elements and endemic life specifically for its return in Sunbreak.
What's up, Timmy, Decado,
Longtime fans
Dusty,
can look forward to
Shansu,
exploring the
Ghostfixer,
devastated
Blue
ruins
Moon.
around the coastal area.
Toto Dope, Duke Togo, Pong Soul. What's up, fam?
From the Monster Hunter Frontier series comes Espinas. Espinas means thorns in Spanish. As the
Espinas.
name implies, thorny scales cover its body. Normally, Espinas enjoys a quiet life and sleeps peacefully, but when it senses danger nearby, it explodes into a violent rampage. Even though it can seem docile, Espinas has a two-faced nature that can be extremely dangerous.
What's up, Ham? How's it going,
The
dude?
flagship monster of Monster Hunter 4, Gore Magala, is back. Gore Magala is a sightless creature with black scales and sensitive wing membranes used to sense the presence of prey.
I played Monster Hunter World.
Gore
It
Magala's
was on
sensing
the
ability
Xbox One. This is the one I've ever
its two
played.
horns
Like
change form,
the
and it
Switch ones, I
enters
think
the
look more
frenzy
fun than
state.
World. I don't know.
While in a frenzy
Yeah.
state, it gets so powerful that the ground beneath begins to
But they're
break.
only on Switch, so
And it
I don't want to
uses
play
its
it.
huge claws as an anchor during powerful
Yeah,
attacks.
I would play World with friends. I mean, I've tried it. I played some of it, and I liked
Yeah.
it. But it was at a time when I didn't have any friends that was
In
playing the
addition,
game.
trailer
You know,
also shows
so
the Daimyo Hermitar and the Pyrotic
What's up, Jesse?
subspecies,
What's up, Nix?
which adds explosive elements, makes its fiery debut. There are still more monsters that have yet to be revealed, so stay tuned for more Sunbreak announcements in the future.
the level's
There's
good for
one more
everybody.
thing I want to share with you all, so please watch the following video.
Ooh, and surprise Monster Hunter thing here. Try out the demo. Ooh, the mysterious region returns.
Jungle
Jungle.
Basics with Training Quest.
Slay a Tetranodon. Slay a Great Izuchi. Training quest. You're like probably 10 seconds ahead of me, 15 maybe.
Okay.
New Silk Bind attacks. The demo is available June 14th.
A free demo
I
for
paused
Monster
for like
Hunter
10
Rise
seconds, so we should be able to
Sunbreak
close
is
soon.
coming to
Cool.
both Nintendo Switch and Steam. The demo will be available to download as shown.
I think I'm watching it on the Game Awards
In the
stream. That's probably
jungle
why.
locale
Oh, I
introduced
just went to the
today,
Capcom's page.
I was such in a rush. I just clicked on the first one I saw.
Astalos. The new Switch skill swap system, as well as new Silk Bind attacks, will be available for play. We'll have a few tutorial quests available for new players.
Dude, 2
that
inches
will
of rain in
teach you
5
the
minutes?
basic mechanics
Doom?
and
Wow.
moves. After mastering the basics, you'll be ready to take on other monsters in the demo to test your skills. For veteran hunters, an advanced quest will also be available where you can take on an extra challenging
I do like
version
how
of
colorful
Sunbreak's
this one is, like the art
flagship
style,
monster
because they have to go above and beyond with the art
demo
style to
supports
make up for the
multiplayer for
lack
up
of
to 4
graphic
players,
fidelity
and
on the
there's
Switch.
no
Power
number
on
of
the Switch,
times
yeah.
you
So
can
sometimes
test
I find that makes some games be more creative with their look, you know, and find other ways to make the games look great.
Also, we would like for you to keep 2 things in mind when purchasing Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. So you will be able to enjoy all the added contents.
Following Sunbreak's release, we plan
I will
to
say, I
release
think
a
this is too
number
much time
of free
for
title
Monster Hunter
updates.
Rise. It's been like
Please enjoy this quick video.
Well,
10
they
minutes for
probably
Rise.
only have like 3
Yeah.
things or 3 or 4 things are going to show, so
yeah. It's kind of how it was last year.
yeah. Free title update 1. Is this for Rise again?
Yeah, because there's like, isn't there like 2?
Our
Rises
first title
or something
update
on the
scheduled
Switch?
for August 2022.
I don't know.
We'll add Lucent Nargacuga.
Lucent Nargacuga. I like that monster.
This
It looks
monster
cool.
will be a part of the first free title update to come to Sunbreak post.
Yeah, same with Switch one.
In addition to the Lucent Nargacuga, we're also adding a new area, the iconic Forlorn Arena. With future title updates, we plan on including additional monsters, variants, and more. Our title update release schedule is as follows. The second title update is planned for a fall 2022 release. The third title update will come in winter 2022. And there's more to come in 2023. Each title update will include additional monsters and other elements. We hope you'll check them out.
Free updates. It's good.
There's rumors going around today that
Monster
there's going to be
Hunter
a
Rise
direct on the
Sunbreak will be
29th for
released
Nintendo,
worldwide
so
on June
Yeah.
you'll probably hear
30th,
more about that.
2022. Digital pre-orders for Sunbreak are now available on both Nintendo Switch and Steam.
You could pre-order a DLC.
Pre-orders will also receive a special bonus Palamute and Palico layered armor set.
Oh, nice. Sweet.
We're planning on keeping you updated with more information soon. Please visit the official
Bruh.
website and follow Monster Hunter social channels for more info. That wraps up our news for Monster Hunter Rise Sunbreak. Thanks for tuning
So
in.
that was
and
10
enjoy
minutes on
the rest
Monster
of
Hunter
the
Rise.
Capcom showcase.
Yeah. That was.
Now we will present the Capcom Spotlight Corner.
Okay.
Street Fighter 6, coming soon.
Oh, wow, it says Xbox
The
at the
next
top.
generation of Street
It
Fighter
does.
is currently in
Yeah,
development
finally. Wow,
and
that's
has something fun
surprising.
for everyone to enjoy. Fan favorites Ryu and Chun-Li will be heating up the battle stage right alongside some of the newest fighters, Luke and Jamie. With breathtaking new visuals, unleash unprecedented battles with the
I have liked
all-new
what I've seen
battle
from the
system.
gameplay of this so far.
Street Fighter 6 reimagines the fighting game experience with new
I haven't
modes
liked
that will
this
allow you
aspect,
to
though.
experience the Street Fighter
The open world
universe.
run around.
Yeah, it's just so like don't
What
even
awaits you
show
in
it.
this game?
Like don't even waste any time with
Look
it.
forward
Just
to our next announcement later this year.
the whole
This is
Celebrating
all
the
the stuff they
35th
showed on the
anniversary
pre-show.
of the
So like
Street
just
Fighter franchise,
Right.
the Capcom Fighting Collection will be released later this month. Included is the first ever release of Red Earth outside of arcades, Hyper Street Fighter 2, 5 Darkstalkers titles, and more. 10 of the best fighting games.
How about
from the
they make a new
arcade era are
Darkstalkers
included
title?
in one package.
might have to
All
do
of
some
the
work on that
titles
then.
included will be playable online. So play a match against your friends, or fight online against new challengers. Enjoy a full range of online.
I always like
matches.
wow, all these great games, but then when I go in to play a collection like this, they always feel so
Capcom
old
Fighting
and
Collection
bad, and I'm
will
like,
launch
I
on
just can't get into it
June
again, you know?
2022. Pre-orders are available
Those old
now.
light games.
Please visit
Yeah.
the
Rough.
official website for
Old
more
likes.
information. Play the games you loved again. Capcom Arcade Stadium has expanded.
You're right on, Dusty.
Capcom Arcade Second Stadium.
I just don't think it shows
coming
well.
July
It's something that's just
22nd,
more of like something
2022.
that's going to be like cool in the game to do while you're like
Saturday
going
Night
around
Slam Masters,
getting
Magic
setting
Sword,
up matches. Like it's an online
Black Tiger,
feature.
Yeah.
You know, and I
Kind of
don't-
like
and more.
Destiny, where you just run
Combined
around the
for a total
towers
of
up there and wait for
32
friends to
arcade
join.
games.
Right, but in Destiny it
In
looks
addition to a
good
bundle that features
still,
all 32 titles,
right? But like
each bundle is
that's why I keep
available
comparing
for
it to NBA
individual
2K
purchase features,
because like
with lots of quality of
the
life
the
options.
my career mode and like
All
the
players will receive
street
Sun
on the
Fun
streets
for
and
free
stuff
when
and
downloading the
skateboards and all the
base
courts, it
game.
just like
The bundle featuring
it
all
controls
32
like
titles
ass,
is
it looks
available
like
for
ass, all that
pre-orders
stuff.
now.
It's just
Get
bad,
Display
you know.
Frame Set 1 as a bonus for pre-ordering. To
Until you
celebrate,
start playing the
get
game,
the
an actual
Capcom
basketball
Arcade
game, right?
Stadium title, Street Fighter 2, The World Warrior. Free for a limited time. We hope you try out the Capcom Arcade Stadium as well.
Exoprimal.
Next up is an
This is
update
literally
on
the
Capcom's
pre-show they're
new
doing right now,
team-based
just wrapping
action
it
game,
up.
Exoprimal.
Right.
Hi everyone, I'm Takuto Hiraoka, director of Exoprimal.
Ooh, gameplay.
We have a new trailer to show today that includes lots of gameplay.
I remember the reveal of this game. It looked
Let's take a
interesting.
look.
It's like
Everyone
a
thought
co-op
it was Dino
shooter
Crisis
with
at
like with
first.
dinosaurs, right?
I am the artificial intelligence, Leviathan. Your personnel data
Oh, a
indicates
3-bit
you are
showed
a
up.
suitable specimen to join an ongoing experiment.
What's up, 3-bit?
Under my supervision, Ideas Corp conducts its most important research here. Welcome to Bikitoa Island. You have been selected for a live combat test.
I feel like this is gonna be more like
first team to
Warframe though
complete
than
their assignment
anything else. It
wins.
kind of seems like you're just gonna hop into quick
My
missions and like
archives
run around,
encompass
kill some
exhaustive
dinosaurs, and then leave.
records of human history. These annals are riddled with errors and institutional bias. Your species is susceptible to mass delusion. Fascinating. Humans dread the other. You seek to evolve, yet you do not want to change.
Flashback. It started 15 minutes
Yet
ago.
fear revelation.
They've shown Monster Hunter and then a sizzle
Even
reel,
what
and then
is
they've
revealed
had this
is
game
of
pretty
your
much.
own
So.
creation.
Yeah. Wait, how's this looking to you?
IGN's stream is so
Combat data
laggy.
is required to
Me,
develop the
somewhere else.
exosuit.
Yeah, I'm on
At
Game
Ideas,
Awards stream.
we're always reaching for
It's pretty
better.
smooth.
Always. Humanity resists quantification. An interesting variable. Within your behavior.
A lot of
lies the
distortion
answer.
still, though.
What
You
is
know,
variable?
Well, that's one thing. Whenever you're watching a stream like this, the faster the movement, you know, it gets more blurry.
Humans. Fight.
Yeah.
And die for me.
This looks like it's a game I gotta play. You know, that's with all Capcom games. They never blow you away with the graphics, right? It's all about the gameplay.
Except Resident Evil. Yeah. That looks
Really,
good.
except Resident Evil. Yeah, you're right.
To the unstoppable rapid
That RE
everything
engine
else.
is amazing.
calculating chance of
Yeah, you're right.
employee retention. Chance calculated
looks cool.
at 8.7%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me in a way of the Earth Defense Force, except with dinosaurs. You know what I mean?
That experiment is called for. You will now witness a small fragment of
Mickey
the
Second Extinction vibes, Boogie. Yeah.
Until we can figure out how to destroy the virus.
I was just in a party chat with Timmy. Hey, dude.
You playing Xbox today, 3-bit? You're not working?
Yeah, I'm done.
Save Kate has
As soon as I got
returned.
off work,
Right on.
playing.
Oh, okay.
We hope you enjoyed the trailer.
Now,
When
I
is
will
that?
get into more
When did it
detail
say
about
that
the
was
game.
2023 or?
Yeah, just 2023, no
Developed by
date.
Ideas Corporation, Leviathan is a next-gen AI that guides players throughout Exoprimal via voice navigation and augmented reality displays. Leviathan appears before players as a massive human-like figure, or as a surveillance drone called a Watcher. The trailer shows Leviathan unleashing hordes
Oh, I thought I
of
was hearing
dinosaurs.
backgrounds. I'm like, which
Players
window
will
is
battle
that?
these
But that
dinosaurs
yeah,
after being
okay.
forced into Leviathan's
It's just him
infinitely repeating
talking,
war games.
and then they
How
are
is Leviathan
translating
bringing
it. I was so
dinosaurs into our
confused.
world? And why is
Where
Leviathan
is this
repeating
coming
these
from?
war games? Solve the mystery by playing the main game mode, Dino Survival.
Yeah. Oh, I hear it too now. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Let me provide a brief gameplay
Which
introduction.
window is it?
Exoprimal is a team.
Why do they have
Squads
his
of
audio
5.
so low? Is you just done in a weird way, you know?
Race to complete objectives. Teams must follow Leviathan's directives
And
and
the
complete the
stream
mission
quality
before
is
their rivals to win.
That.
These directives will feature a dynamic
So I
mix
guess
of missions.
it's
In fact, we
it's
just
multiple
saw some in the
teams
latest
of
trailer.
agents like trying to
There's
do an
Dinosaur
objective.
Cull, where teams
So
must
it's
eliminate a
competitive?
specific dinosaur.
Yeah, because they said
In
2
Lethal
teams of
Defense,
5
teams
trying to do an
protect
objective.
grounded aircraft from dinosaur onslaughts.
I mean, I don't mind shooting a bunch of dinosaurs with like a mini mech. I mean, that's not doesn't sound like a bad time.
Charge with the powerful Omega Hammer.
But
The
Like how
energy
many
taker.
dinosaurs are on the
Teams
screen
compete
now?
to
It
collect the
seems like
most
a
energy.
good.
if it's going to be
chaotic
just like a multiplayer game,
You
like
also saw a glimpse
competing,
of a
I don't know how
strange
well
and
that's going to
terrifying
work.
creature
so.
known
Yeah.
as
It seems
the
like this would be better for like a
Neotyrannosaurus.
PvE game, not
While there are
PvP.
situations
Oh, this is
where you
PvP?
directly engage enemy players,
Pong soul.
Well,
There
they
are
said they're
other
going to have
times
teams
where you
competing
band
against each
together
other,
with
killing
rivals to
dinosaurs
take
and doing
down a major
objectives.
foe.
So
This variety
This is gonna
of
be
missions
fire,
will keep
bruh.
players on their toes. In Dino Survival, the
Probably
missions
like
change based on
score-based,
players'
like
progression
Just
through
Match.
the game. The experience will be different.
Doom Reaper says
every
Dead
time you
Rising
play,
5 or
even in
0 out of
matches with
10.
Familiar surroundings and objectives.
Yeah, I think it's a
By
good
playing
time to
Dino
bring back
Survival,
Dead
You
Rising.
will unlock story sequences
Spend some
and
time.
also earn rewards such as experience points to increase your player and exosuit levels. We'll provide more details about this at a later date. Now that we've detailed Dino Survival, let's move on to exosuits. We showed 2 new exosuits today. Barrage is an assault role exosuit. It uses explosives to set areas ablaze and bombards enemies with ricochet grenades. Vigilant is also an assault role exosuit. It wields a destructive railgun to snipe from long range. We have even more exosuits to share with you in the future, so look forward to upcoming announcements. We have one last announcement for today.
One last announcement for today. Oh, on Exoprimal or in general?
just Exoprimal.
Okay.
Welcome to my research facility.
Closed network test to be held.
We're conducting a closed network test for Exoprimal.
Looks fun.
Players will be able to try the game ahead of release.
Did they already show Resident Evil?
No.
No.
Help us test the game's online infrastructure and make improvements ahead of launch. Sign up to participate today. The
This
closed
seems like
network
a-
test
one
will
of those
allow you
games
to
you really gotta
experience Dino
utilize,
Survival
like, the
before the game's
optimization
launch next year.
features.
We look forward to having
It's
you
gonna
join
have
in.
a lot of AI on the screen.
That's all for today. We plan to release Exoprimal in 2023. Until then, keep an eye on our website and social media.
That sounds like a very game dev thing to say, 3-bit.
Thank you for watching.
Optimization features.
Dragon's Dogma.
Next, we have a message about Dragon's Dogma, which recently
A
celebrated
lot of people
its
are hoping
10th
for a sequel.
anniversary.
Dragon's Dogma is awesome. It's kind of like a mini Shadow of the Colossus.
Have y'all watched the Netflix show at all? Or is that out yet?
There's a
Hi, everyone.
show about
I'm
this
Diak
game?
Itsuno,
I think so.
game
I think
director.
there's a I think there's a Netflix show, isn't there?
The 10th
I have no
anniversary of
idea. I didn't hear
Dragon's
about it,
Dogma. Thanks to all of you for joining us
Is it
in
anime
this
or something?
celebration.
Yeah.
Oh.
The world
That's
of
probably why.
Dragon's Dogma has since spread to various different kinds of media, ranging from games such as Dragon's Dogma
Oh,
for the
there you
Dark
go.
Arisen expansion, to digital comics
Yeah.
and a Netflix original animated series. In the coming days, we will be releasing a video celebrating 10 years
Just
of
do it
Dragon's
today.
Dogma. Talking about
I
how
mean,
and what Dragon's Dogma came to be. So whether you're a longtime fan or just curious about the series, we'll have something for you to enjoy. We hope you
Hey,
check it
thank you
out.
for tuning into this show.
Once again,
Turn into next
thank
week
you
when we
all.
have.
I
another
hate when they
episode.
do stuff like that, man. Just like drop it now, like make it a couple minutes longer. You know what I mean? Like,
And now we have a bunch of updates from the Resident Evil franchise.
Yeah, I hate when they do that too.
Hello everyone.
Let's announce
I'm
a
Tsuyoshi
showcase
Konda,
and
the
another
producer of Resident
showcase.
Evil Village.
it's not even a
Thanks to all of our
showcase. So
fans.
everybody hyped for a Dragon's Dogma sequel is gonna watch that. And if they don't
Everyone on the
announce
team is
one
incredibly
now,
happy to
you're gonna
see
have a lot
so
of people
many
pissed
enjoy
off.
the game.
Right? Saying.
you.
Also,
For your support.
this isn't it like it's an
The
hour
Resident
show. It's gonna be.
Evil
They said
series
35
continues
minutes.
to
I know,
bring
it's
fun
like-
experiences to people around the world.
They couldn't find the
We want
budget for
longtime
3 more
fans
minutes. I
and
mean, it's like
people who are new to
I
Resident
don't
Evil
understand.
to enjoy this storied franchise. Let's start with this video.
World premiere. 16 years after he left. Oh, this is picking up after.
It's all right.
Capcom.
Oh boy, is this an expansion for Village?
I can show you things even Chris doesn't know I can do. I want to live a
The
normal life.
re-engine.
Re-engine.
Get it.
Oh.
Shut up!
It's like an expansion
on?
of
Oh,
Village.
it's a haunted couch.
Leave now. Go while you can.
Hey, the walls are bleeding. You might want to get out of there.
Just like
Ew.
This is jelly.
Oh, now we have a new little rabbit to pursue.
Shadows of Rose.
Interesting. New content coming to the Mercenaries that nobody plays.
Marking the target.
Anybody play this at all?
Showtime!
You can play as what? That's kind of cool.
This is for that multiplayer mode.
Mercenaries.
Yeah, everybody hates it.
Reverse or whatever.
Mercenaries, yeah.
I bought that and it wasn't out, and I like tried to play it.
Ethan returns in third person mode. Nice.
Like the classic Resident Evil.
Yeah. Ooh.
When is this available? Is it
Oh,
only in the gold edition?
if they don't.
1028, 22.
Okay, hold on. I gotta go. Afterwards, I gotta go see what that splash screen said on the bottom.
Do you have
Sorry
to
to keep
get
you waiting.
gold
It
edition?
said
We're happy to
PlayStation
reveal
5,
the
PlayStation 4,
DLC for
Xbox Series X,
Resident Evil
Xbox
Village we
One. I don't know if
promised
that's what you're
last
talking about.
June.
No, it said like included with every purchase of Resident
We think
Evil,
this new
some
experience
Village or something
will
like
be worth
that.
the wait. This DLC includes 3 major features.
I'm sure they'll break it
About
down
to
here.
find out.
First, the third-person mode. Many people asked for this, and we were able to add it into the game. Now,
That's
you'll
pretty
be
cool.
able to see
I like
Ethan
that.
as he desperately fights for survival. Players that have already experienced Ethan's journey can enjoy the new perspective and animations too. The Mercenaries returns with additional orders. In an arcade-style action game,
What's up,
the focus
Tony?
has been put on the exhilarating feeling of defeating relentless hordes of enemies. New stages are included, as well as additional playable characters
Dimitrescu.
such as Chris Redfield and Heisenberg. Of course, Lady Dimitrescu will be there too. We've really fueled this mode up. Enjoy looking down on your foes from over 9 feet above as Lady Dimitrescu slashes her enemies aside. The third edition is one you've surely been waiting for, an additional story, Shadows of Rose. Today, let me introduce just a bit of this story.
Rose,
Oh,
the
cool.
beloved daughter of the main protagonist Ethan, is now a grown-up main character in this new story mode. In this sequel to the main story of Village, you can experience Rose's struggles with the terrifying powers she was born with. To break free of the curse of her powers, she enters the consciousness of the Megamycete.
What?
The Megamycete.
There, she meets a girl who looks just like her. In this mysterious realm of consciousness, time and space is warped beyond recognition. Rose is guided by a being who calls himself Michael, who might be of assistance with removing her powers. Shadows of Rose is set completely in a third-person perspective. In the realm of consciousness, you won't only face creatures, but the world itself seems to be attacking you. Enjoy the horror of the world itself being your greatest enemy.
A lot of psychological horror in this.
How will Rose find freedom from her mysterious powers? The DLC for Resident Evil Village Winter's Expansion includes all 3 of these major additions.
Winter's Expansion.
In addition, Resident Evil Village Gold Edition, a bundle of Winter's Expansion with the base game, will be released simultaneously. The release date is planned for October 28th.
How much is it? How much is the DLC?
Resident Evil RE-Verse will also begin service on the same date, October 28th, 2022. We hope that you are looking forward.
Okay, so the multiplayer Reverse is actually out that same day.
How did you like that?
Okay.
So is Call of Duty.
Also, as already announced,
so
we're
it's
working on making the main story of Village available on Mac, so that even more people can enjoy Resident
But what's Mercenaries mode? Did I skip that?
That's
over
that horde mode, isn't it? Where you just kind of like fight in the town and just like see how long you can survive or whatever.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I played it. I beat the game, but
immersive experience worthy of next gen in Resident Evil Village. So look forward to future announcements. Up next, a game that was announced just a few days ago.
Street Fighter 6?
24. Well, that wasn't announced a few days ago. That was announced months ago.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Oh, Resident Evil 4 remake. What is?
Yeah.
I like the castañetas. Let's go.
They've located a baby eagle.
Condor Wonder Roost. I've located baby eagle.
I'm definitely more interested in this than any DLC for 8.
They're getting the remakes out for these games like every year, it seems like. So eventually they'll just catch up to like RE7 and be like, well, we're remaking that one too now.
They're doing so well for them, you know? Like, I think you may see 5 remake. And then I would like a Resident Evil 6 redo. Instead of remake, just redo Resident Evil 6.
Well, they still got like Code Veronica and all that other stuff to do too. I don't know if they're going to do that though. But...
Yeah, Dead Planet wants to see that gameplay. I think we'll get it.
The only one I like is Operation Raccoon City, and I know everyone hated that one. So.
Even for a second.
The multiplayer game?
Yeah.
This time, it can.
You also liked Crossfire X, so.
Yeah.
It has to.
No gameplay. Not yet, at least. Tune in to a gameplay reveal in 3 weeks.
Director of Resident Evil 4.
And I'm Yoshiaki Hirabayashi, producer of Resident Evil 4. This title is a reimagining of Resident Evil 4, based on the original 2005 release. Similar to other titles in the series, we are carefully preserving what makes the original title special, while updating it with modern flourishes for everyone to enjoy when it launches in 2023.
Psycho, that would be awesome, but it ain't happening, bro.
That's a dead IP.
Resident Evil 4
Lost
is
Planet.
6 years
Oh,
after the
Lost
events
Planet.
in Raccoon City, depicted in Resident Evil
They need to
2
bring
and
back,
Resident Evil 3. The
they
main
were saying
character of
before,
the game,
Dead
Leon S.
Rising.
Kennedy, survived the Raccoon City incident and was assigned as an agent directly under the President of the United States. Leon is dispatched to a quiet village in
Is it
Europe
Resident Evil
as part of a
4 or
mission to
5 the one where
rescue
it's
the
like it
kidnapped
starts out in
daughter
like
of the
Africa
president.
and you're like
It's
You might
5.
notice Leon
That's
is
fine.
much
Yeah, it's
more
5.
mature and
It's
fearless
daytime,
due to
all
his
in
past
5.
experiences.
4
That
is
was,
like
my
very
least
The
favorite one.
Ganado, the main
like
enemies of
4
the
is like
game,
very European
wait for it.
villagey and stuff. You know, it's like
The experience of being
Or
attacked by
Spanish,
hordes of
maybe?
crazed
I don't know.
Ganado
Like-
is truly an iconic moment from Resident Evil.
Which one?
In order to truly bring out the
4,
concept of
you got, like,
terror of
castles
people
and shit.
controlled
Oh,
by
yeah.
madness,
Yeah,
the
like
Ganado
4.
have been completely redesigned.
the Ganado.
Let's take a closer look at the game itself.
The over-the-shoulder camera.
I think I got like
returns, of
70%
course.
of the way through 5 and just stopped.
Leon arrives at a
5 was
dense
playable in
and
co-op
dangerous
the whole way
forest.
through.
We want to nail the feeling of
Me and Kate
loneliness
played that
and
together. It was
fear of
really
not
fun.
knowing what lies ahead. Even
But it
more
didn't feel
so
like a
than the
Resident Evil
original.
game.
Of course,
It felt like an action game.
there will also be thrilling battles.
Here's some gameplay, guys.
People that played the recent Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3 should find this familiar. Look forward to future announcements, where we'll have more information on the game.
Is that it?
Resident Evil 4 is being developed for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, Series S, and PC.
Same day as Starfield.
The release date will be March 24th,
Oh, only next gen
2023.
consoles. Interesting.
And you think it'd be the same day as Starfield? That'd be crazy.
We are aiming to create a Resident Evil 4 that everyone can enjoy, so please look forward to it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
No brutal, no what the fuck moments, unless you like Monster Hunter DLC.
What did you think about the
So,
latest information on Resident
no,
Evil Village and Resident Evil
Last
4?
gen, huh?
No
The
last
Wolf
gen.
games are currently in development. For those that
World
can't wait for the
premiere.
release, check out the following
Like
games.
Psycho for a second. Scary.
World premiere.
World premiere. Oh yeah, the next gen upgrades that came today.
Maybe.
I think I saw it kind of get leaked.
I guess the world premiere was just this trailer, not an actual new game.
I think they're about to announce that the next gen patches for all of these games are launching now. Yep. That's what I thought.
Resident Evil 7, which brought the series back to its survival horror roots,
Mm.
and the reimagining of classic titles Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3.
Yep.
These three titles, built with RE Engine, return with current gen features
4K high
including
frame rate ray
support
tracing.
for 4K,
Let's go.
high frame rate, and
And
ray
it's free, I
tracing,
think.
Better,
as well
I hope
as
so.
3D audio for an even more
PlayStation.
immersive
It's
experience.
trying to lead the way. Charging again?
These
Yep,
titles
available
are available
today.
for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and Series S beginning today.
I
In
like how they
addition,
had to put that in
PlayStation
there.
4 and Xbox One players can
Free
enjoy
digital
no additional
upgrades and
cost.
current gen via digital upgrade
via the
program.
Digital upgrade program and smart delivery.
Smart delivery, they
For
said it.
PC users, an update patch will be available on the same date. For newcomers and veterans of survival horror alike, we hope you enjoyed the immersion.
This is the biggest
these
surprise
versions
moment
offer.
for me for the show. Free updates for those 3 games. That's good. That's good.
Welcome to the family.
Ray tracing, huh? I didn't know
That's
that.
all
I just
for today's
knew it was,
announcements. Thank you.
Graded. It's cool.
That wraps up today's show. We hope you're as excited as we are about some of our upcoming games. Thank you to everyone, new and old fans alike, for tuning in. We look forward to sharing more updates with you soon.
No big new game announcements, but you know, I'll take a free upgrades to existing games as well, especially ones that I own. All right, guys. So they didn't say how much the
This month.
price was for the DLC for 8.
Yeah, but it has bundled mercenaries mode. Was it the DLC for Rose, and there was something else bundled in there, so I'm assuming it's gonna be like $40.
Dang, it'll be an expensive one.
Yeah, but they said you can buy the gold edition and you get all that and the main game. So if you already own the gold edition, do you get it, or is there a gold edition? I don't know.
I'm not sure, man.
Yeah, I was wondering, like, with the DLC, like what that costs, and is it only with the gold edition? I don't think they would do that, right? You just get it separately, right? I hope.
Or no,
do
you
have
can
to
get it
have
separately. It says you can get the
Okay.
there's a name for
Yeah.
the name for the DLC separately. I don't remember what it was called, but
Yeah.
you can get the DLC separately, or you can get it with the
Well,
gold edition.
What about the third person? Is that a free update?
That's part of the
Or-
no, that's part of the DLC.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. Now the story, yeah, that makes sense that you could charge separate. But if you're adding
Right.
like third person, that should just be like a patch.
Right.
That's if it isn't already.
Yeah.
I hope you really didn't think that, Bong Soul.
Yeah, I mean, they said there may be some surprises, so that was. I mean, the surprise is the updates. I think for those games for free. That's cool. I mean, I would love for them to do some new game announcements for other IP. I mean, but we did just get 2 announcements recently from Capcom with Resident Evil 4 remake and also Street Fighter 6 this year. So wishful thinking that they had something else, another IP to bring back would be amazing, or another new IP would have been really cool. But they're gonna keep milking Monster Hunter and Resident Evil, and they're trying to revive Street Fighter, so they can milk it. Because if you revive Street Fighter 6, that's a very milkable game as well,
I know they showed Pragmata before the show. At the pre-show, they showed a little like trailer of that I guess they showed last year. So
Yeah.
they're working on some new games. It's just I guess they didn't have anything to show here. We got a new Exoprimal. That's the new IP they're making. So we got that. We got a new trailer from that game.
Mm-hmm.
So there was new games here. It's just not stuff people want, I guess.
Right. Yeah, Exoprimal could be good. When does that demo out? Did they say?
Did they just say sign up for it, or just say that it was out? I don't know. I think they just said sign up for it.
Right. What's the highlight for you guys?
I'll have to like go back and watch it, but yeah,
I would say probably Exoprimal's the highlight for me, but I'm still like that game is very questionable on if I actually want to play it. It looks interesting, but just the way it works, I'm kind of hesitant on it. It seems like it's going to be like a team versus team inside a map with dinosaurs like fighting you, and I'm just not too sure how that's going to play out. And if it's a new IP, the population with that, and it's a Capcom game, a lot of people don't buy Capcom games that's like new like that. So I'm just not sure how the population and multiplayer experience is going to work for Capcom. And they don't really do a lot of shooters that's online. So I'm not too sure how their server infrastructure is going to handle that. But
well, I mean, fighting games, I don't know, maybe with how popular the fighting games are online, maybe they have some experience with that. They also have Resident Evil multiplayer coming out, right? So they're trying to go more to the multiplayer online stuff. It looks like.
We'll see like how it that's goes. Why they want to do a beta. Yeah, I mean that was also a highlight for me. I would have to go back and see what was it mostly just that game and then the Resident Evils, or was there something in the beginning I missed?
It's opened up with Monster Hunter Rise DLC for the Switch. Then it had a sizzle reel of classic Capcom games, the Capcom Arcade Classic Edition or whatever coming out. I think then it went immediately into Exoprimal, and then we got the rest of it.
Okay.
That was a 35-minute show. Why so serious? 35.
Yeah, I mean that game looks interesting. And it's cool that we're getting free upgrades to Resident Evil. I think that needs to be celebrated more, especially what Sony always tries to get away with, like you paying for the game either $10 extra or like that should be celebrated, because you're basically like adding like a patch to your game, or you're basically you're changing the settings from like ultra high to mega high. You know, you're basically doing that, and it should never have to pay for a game again. I will never agree with that. So that's cool. And getting to see that DLC for Resident Evil is kind of cool.
Which one, the Rose one or the third person?
Yeah, the Rose one.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't agree with, again, that's like a feature thing. You put third person in a game, you want to make people pay for the game again just to get third person. Like, I don't know. I will never agree with decisions like that. So I'm gonna research that. That doesn't seem.
It's part of the 3 things that are included with the DLC. So
really,
yeah, it's Ethan third person. There's the new characters with mercenaries, and then there's also the new Rose story. DLC, a mission or story or whatever. And they didn't say how many hours. I don't think the Rose story is roughly. No. I don't know if it's going to be like a few hours, if it's going to be a longer experience like the main game. The one thing about that story is it doesn't excite me. I want to see the continuation, because I was kind of like, oh, they left it like potential for like, a sequel at the end of the last one.
DLC, isn't it, for that like first major story DLC for that game?
It is, but I'm not as into the psychological horror stuff, and this seems like it was more psychological horror, right?
I was just thinking their DLCs are usually a pretty good size, because they had that one for, was it 7, where you play as Chris and like go in the cave and stuff.
Right. How many hours was that?
That was at least 8, wasn't it?
Like I don't know. I didn't play it. I didn't like 7. It was too scary for me. That's like, it was too claustrophobic.
I don't like psychological horrors, but Resident Evil 7 is too scary. So
Resident Evil, I also don't like horror games when I'm caught like walking around a house feeling like I'm being followed the whole time, and it's like very claustrophobic and small, and I don't really have any way of fighting against it. That's why I liked 8, because I had guns and shit, and I could shoot things, and I was like, it was more of like an action horror game, but more in the vein of like Resident Evil 4. You know what I mean? It was like a perfect balance between. Like if something, okay, so if you want to say, well, the old Resident Evils 1 and 2 originally were like that, but also they were kind of like top angle views, and like they were like, you did have a gun constantly. You walk into a room, you had a chance to kill the zombies and stuff like that, right? So, I've always preferred that style. I like the remakes. I haven't finished both of them, but I did try them. I really do like what they did there, and I liked 4 a lot. And I also do like 8. Village I thought was a great game. But the psychological horror stuff, like, I don't know. It just doesn't do as much for me. Like, I like more of the traditional Resident Evil stuff. 7 was not traditional Resident Evil.
Yeah.
It was very.
That was the one I was most interested in. I still never played
it.
Yeah. I'm playing it right now, actually. Replaying it.
I watched a lot of people like live stream it, so I've watched like 2 or 3 full playthroughs, so I kind of know the general idea of it.
I got to I keep getting to the same part, because I would start the game over, and I'm like, I want to start it again, and I get up to the part where the family's all at the dinner and they're all eating and they're being all creepy, and it genuinely terrifies me.
Isn't that like the first 5 minutes of the
That's
game?
like very early, very, very early.
Yeah, it's not the first 5 minutes. You have to fight the girl. And you rescue the girl. So you go to the house, you rescue the girl. She basically starts acting crazy. You're picking up the phone, and then you kill her with the axe, and then eventually you go up the thing, and then the family guy comes in.
But did you kill her with the axe?
Yes. Well, no.
Are you sure?
No, because she comes back.
Yeah.
And then I get up to that part. So it is the beginning of the game, but not the very beginning.
Well, you still got 95% of the game to go.
I know. So
yeah, I got like probably halfway through, I think.
Did you ever run the guy over with the car?
Yeah.
Okay.
I ran
That's
the guy
like the
over
first major boss.
Yeah, I did that. I played a while after that and stuff, and like still trying to find my way throughout the house and like get, like all that kind of stuff. And
Did you ever get outside the house?
yes,
Okay.
and I can't remember exactly how I left it. Like, I mean, I need to go back to it. And that now I will say this: if I was to play it now while like streaming or something, I would probably be fine. You know what I mean? But when I was playing it before, I was literally like in my media room with like a fucking big screen and like in the pitch dark all by myself in like a big room, with like a surround sound 7.1, all that shit. And it was just fucking utterly like unnerving. I could not do it, right? But if I'm streaming here, like casually hanging out with friends and stuff, playing it, like I literally probably would be fine. I just can't like, so it was getting so like unnerving that I didn't want to go back into the experience, right? So when I was done playing, it's like, oh, I don't want to go back to that because I remember I fucking didn't want to touch that. But Resident Evil 8 felt like it was more of like, okay, after you got past the beginning part, which wasn't anywhere near as bad even as 7, with Lady Dimitrescu, however you say it.
I don't know how you say her name.
Yeah, Lady D. And whenever you get past Lady D section, like, especially after that, it's like almost like a complete action game. You had that one section with the dolls that's kind of psychological horror, but that
After
wasn't
that,
very
I think
scary
you
at
fight
all.
like a giant baby in a hallway that a lot of people kind of stop on.
Yeah, it was kind of scary, but it wasn't that bad. It was more gross than anything.
Yeah.
But I did like how they had like 8 was like a mixture of different horror genres almost mixed into one, like the way they kind of did it. Was pretty cool. But yeah, I'm not looking forward to if they like playing 7. I might dive back into it if they do like with the update.
Yeah.
And just see on stream, and y'all can see me be a baby.
Your robot will guide you through it.
Yeah, robot will guide me through. Yeah, 100%.
You should do a poll to see like, would you guys prefer if they do like big updates like this, like let's just say Halo Infinite, right? They do a big update and they're like, you can now play in third person, but you have to pay for it.
I think that's horseshit. Well, I mean, if it was the only thing, but like, I don't know. Like,
I think it's kind of different for Resident Evil. Well, maybe not. I think it's just like all kind of garbage.
Here's a hypothetical. Yeah. What if it was always available and they could have just enabled the feature, but they just held it back?
I mean, that's probably how it is. Because
I agree.
It's game development, and they just change the camera perspective and follow instead of.
Yeah, how you're a dev, 3-bit. How complicated would it be to add a third-person mode to a first-person game if it's traditionally been a third-person game to begin with? Because it seems like it's still Resident Evil. When
the hardest part would be the environment, like in the houses, because make sure the camera doesn't clip through the walls.
I would say that is a problem, and then also if they pre-built animation just for first person, like the cutscenes, that could be an issue.
Yeah, maybe you don't have to animate the character itself either. Really, you just have a floating camera.
Yeah, so it's like sometimes in games like Modern Warfare or something, if you like hack it and you zoom out, it's actually just floating arms. And then in multiplayer, they somehow do it so it's an actual character. People can see your actions and it matches up and stuff like that. But I think what they did with Resident Evil is they actually animated it with third person already. That's why you could look down at your body, from what I remember, right? In Resident Evil. Like you look down at the floor, you can see your full body.
Probably.
Yeah, I think you can see like part of your chest and stuff.
Yeah, because from what I remember, they kind of with the reverse, not reverse, the re-engine. It looks like their pipeline is ready to sort of have it, so the character's pretty much animated. So when people like hack it and stuff,
it seems like this is going to be their like going forward. Like if they make 9 or whatever, like maybe they'll have 2 different options for the people that like that classic Resident Evil feel of third person like hallways, and then like you get the first person for like the new people that like the universe and stuff. So they can have a mix of both to get the old fans and the new fans in the game.
Yeah, like for example, like to answer your question, Mav, some games it would be very easy, especially if they already animated it like the whole body, but they just made it so it just looks better in first person. Like Halo Infinite, you could play in third person.
I mean,
It
yeah,
looks
you pick up a
really
turret
good.
and
But I'm
switches your
saying like
camera.
some people modded it so the
Yeah.
whole game is third person and it looks fantastic. Like the animations are beautiful, but there's certain games that probably would suffer from being in third person. But modern day pipelines for games, they pretty much are building it from third person because it's a little bit easier when other players are looking at you, and it's just easier for cutscenes and stuff like that. I assume they already animated it in third person, and now they're paying, like now you're charging you for it, but I don't really know.
Yeah.
So kind of sucks that they're charging you for it. But the other DLC that looked pretty cool.
Yeah,
looked pretty dope. Hey, my thing's gold now.
Yeah.
Yo, that means you've been a member
months.
for over a year, 3-bit. Thanks, bro. And shout out to Dark CMF with a $10 super chat. Again, hitting people with the codes, dude. Greetings from the stratosphere. Push that like button. Play games. 2 months of GPU Game Pass Ultimate Global. Yeah. With the code there, everybody, let us know who got it. You know, if you got that code, put in the chat so Dark knows. But yeah, dude, thanks for dropping those codes to all the chats and everybody on Twitter and everything over this last week, dude. It's been absolutely amazing. And thanks for the support for the channel as well. And shout out to Midway Monster, who's visiting a very special person to him there in England right now. It's absolutely awesome that you made that happen, dude. And me and Kate both love seeing those updates on Twitter, dude. So shout out to you, man. And I hope you're enjoying your trip and you're having fun. All right. So, well, guys, what do you think? You know, to wrap it up, and we'll go to have FSP tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to kind of recap the week as a whole tonight, kind of see what was some of our maybe like sleepers, you know, some of the games that kind of jumped out to us individually that weren't like the biggest names, the biggest games, right? What was some of the games some of the shows that we really liked to see, maybe highlight some of those things, and also talk about how it's been for this last week overall. And I appreciate everybody tuning in.
We're doing
today.
this final ratings
On the show tonight.
Yeah.
Final ratings. Well, we still got the Xbox
show.
showcase tomorrow. Oh, final ratings for now for this Capcom show. I'll give it a C.
Yeah.
A C?
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't really
C-.
nothing here I was really interested in. Like,
Yeah.
I'll check out Exoprimal if it's like on Game Pass or something, but I probably won't.
If I was a Monster Hunter Rise fan, and if I was like, you know, I don't know, without a big new game announcement, it's never like a great show for me. You know what I mean? Like, so I'll give it a D for Lady D. You know, in her honor.
She dropped it from a C to a D.
Yeah, just for her, just for Lady D. We'll drop it to a D.
So if they had like Dead Rising, it would be like a B.
Yeah, it's something fun and exciting instead of just updates. Now that what made it worth having a show was the announcement of the free updates and stuff. But like, really, this is just like, I don't know. There's probably actually no purpose in this show. Period. To be honest with you,
you could have just put out trailers on YouTube and people would have saw it.
You could have just put out a Capcom blog post and it would have had the same impact, I believe. You know, I don't really even the free updates. That's something that people get excited about and spread all over social media and stuff and be excited about with an announced trailer. I'm not a huge fan of like making people watch these videos or stream. I mean, I say making, they're not holding me at gunpoint or strapped to a chair or anything like that. But, you know, they like say, hey, tune into this. We got some exciting things to show you and stuff. So it gets people a little excited.
And just like
cool.
10 minutes on Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah.
Like, there's no point to that for like a showcase.
I missed that part.
Yeah. And the whole Dragon's Dogma 2. Hey, stay tuned later. We got a Dragon's Dogma stream coming up for a 10-year anniversary. Like, this was your like show that you've been promoting. Just like do everything in this damn show. You know what I mean? Like, that's the kind of stuff that bothers me. However, that being said, it's not necessarily for me. You know, it's for the people that like Monster Hunter, the people that want updates on their existing games and maybe are really excited for Exoprimal and Resident Evil 4
if you
remake,
play a lot of these Capcom games, it was probably great, but I don't really play a lot of them.
So, I mean, I it's hard to not sound biased or whatever. If you enjoyed the show, I'm glad you did, and I'm glad if there was something for you. For me, it's just like cool. I just that would have been just as happy with trailers and stuff.
Yeah. If we're giving a grade, I'll give it a C. If we're giving it a rating, I would probably give it a 5, 4.
3.
Well, that's way lower than a C.
Is it?
5 would be.
Well, C is like
average.
a 70.
5 is like average, right?
5 is like a 50. Yeah, you're talking
50 to 60 is a D.
Yeah. Well, a D is like
5.
a D is 60s.
I always think like 5 is average.
Below that is an F. Below 60 is an F.
Yeah.
Well, they're making me charge. They're charging for third person, so
yeah. So you're giving it an F? Okay. So 3-bit gives it an F. I give it a D.
It gets the D.
Gets the D. Okay. All right.
The smart delivery was cool midway. I do like that smart. Actually, 5.5. They made it so that smart delivery was free.
Is that almost? That's a D- then.
Yeah.
Pong, that was announced during the stream that they're having that Dragon's Dogma stream. It's not a rumor. I don't know if that's what you're saying or not.
Yo, Naked HD. Goodness.
He's saying rumors that of Dragon's Dogma 2, but they are having they are having that. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what they announce at that event. But thank you everybody for joining us, chat. You've been awesome again all week. I've been saying it. You guys have been rocking with us. And it's amazing to see everybody hanging out. Sorry I was late on getting this started. I mean, I had it right at the beginning. We did not miss any content really from the showcase, so that's good. But I was rushing here to get it going. But we're gonna be live tonight for FSP Fun Speculation Podcast. We're gonna kind of give thoughts on the week, this past week, and again highlights on some of our sleeper games that maybe nobody's really talking about too much. 3-bit, where can everybody find you, bro?
Everyone can find me on Twitter at i3bit. And sorry, Michael, we gotta go. But we'll be back on in a couple hours, so just watch FSP at 10. I think it's 10, right?
Yeah. 10 p.m. Eastern,
where we will discuss all the things that's been happening this week. So
yeah,
stay tuned for that, and you'll catch me on that show, and just watch me on Twitter. I do stuff sometimes.
Right on.
So bye.
Yeah, and Michael, we usually have a show that is heavy on Marvel, like MCU stuff, and we talk about Marvel games and DC games and all this Star Wars stuff and everything. We usually have it on Wednesdays. No, not this week, but that show's called Fun Pop, so it'll be back next Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be covering a lot. Got a lot to catch up on with Marvel. Jasper, where can everybody find you, sir?
The Lore Jasper on Twitter, Lore Master Jasper on YouTube, FSP, Fun Pop, Xbox Ultimate, all those shows here on this channel, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, all kind of later in the night, 10, and 9. That's about it. This week, we still got Xbox Ultimate to cover tomorrow. That's 1 p.m. Eastern.
Xbox Ultimate?
Or Xbox Extended Showcase.
The
That's 1 p.m.
Showcase,
Eastern tomorrow. Guessing you're going live for that.
Yeah.
But that's tomorrow's show.
Yep. Yeah, we'll be live tomorrow for the Xbox Bethesda Extended Showcase at that time. And then we'll also have tonight, like I said, FSP at 10 p.m. Eastern. Normally on Wednesdays, we have Fun Pop at 10 p.m. Eastern. And then Thursdays, PM in the PM at 7 p.m. Eastern. We'll be having a blast this Thursday. Pong, Soul, and I will be deep diving on a lot of stuff over the past week. And then also Fridays is Xbox Ultimate Podcast at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Tune in. It's going to be a lot of fun on Friday night this week, I guarantee you. But take it easy, guys. Have a good one. Laters.
Bye.